Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a review on the new Maybelline foundation. This is called the Superstay Better Skin Transforming Foundation, and also a review on the Superstay Better Skin Concealer. In my demo from this morning, I said I'd be right back, but it's been quite a few hours and I don't even have a watch on. Quite a few hours. So it's been about 6 hours since then. I actually had things I had to do today and I didn't get around to filming this part of the video. So yeah, at least you guys get to see how it's been wearing on my face. Now this is not first impressions. I have worn this foundation before. I originally filmed a first impressions, but my first impressions kind of changed with it as I kept wearing it. So I didn't want to put out information that I didn't necessarily agree with. It wasn't that it was that different, I just thought I would sit down and actually film a review since I've used it a few times. So this is what it looks like right now after 6 hours. I'm going to go into that demo so you can see how it applies, and then I'll be right here waiting for you to come back. Okay, so for this demo, I'm going to do half my face using the Beauty Blender and then half my face using a brush. This brush is by Coastal Scents. It's their BRCS49 brush. That's a long name. It's just like a flat top, or actually an angled top kabuki brush, synthetic. So I usually like using the Beauty Blender better with this foundation, but I'm going to just use them both so I could show you what they look like on either side. Okay, so I don't know why I always shake up a foundation first. I have the color 30 Warm Nude, and I think that this is just a slight bit light for me, but, you know, we're just going to make do with it. So when you pump it out. So this foundation, as you can probably tell here, is really thick. And this is one pump. The pump itself is very controlled. Like, you could do just a little bit like that. So I do like that about this pump. So I'm going to just start applying. So I do have quite a few little acne spots or acne scarring right now. So you guys will be able to see how this covers. So here's this half the face using the Beauty Blender. Now I'm going to go on to the other half and use my brush. Also, I want to mention all I have underneath is my moisturizer. I don't have a primer. I actually was going to put a primer on because I like to use this product better with a primer, but now you guys will be able to see like what it looks like without any primer or anything underneath. Okay, so now it has been fully applied on this side with the brush. So I'm guessing you could tell that you could still see some of these acne marks, especially this one. This one is a nice bright and red. These will definitely need an extra concealer. Otherwise, I think it covers pretty well. I don't like to put another coat on. I don't think that this foundation layers all that well. I think it could look really cakey, so I do only like to put on one coat, and any of the other marks maybe use a little bit of concealer. I'm going to get really close and personal with you guys so you can see here. Now I'm going to apply the concealer. And this is in the color Light 20. And I'm just going to apply it underneath like so. And I'm going to apply this down the bridge of my nose. Hopefully it'll cover this guy up a little bit, and it will brighten up that area. And I'm going to use the Beauty Blender for under my eyes. I don't like to use the brush. So there's all the concealer blended out. It did a fairly decent job at covering up this little red mark here. I mean, it still is showing through, and I could maybe apply even a little bit more to try to cover up more. And it did a good job at highlighting underneath my eyes. You still see a little bit of that darkness. Usually I use a peach concealer to conceal my bags and dark circles before I use like a brightening one like this. But I think for not using a peach concealer, it's actually doing a really good job at brightening up my under eyes and making them look not so blah. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my face and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that's what it looks like right after you apply it, and then this is what it looks like now. I'm gonna get kind of close and personal to show you how it has been wearing. So this is 6 hours later, and it's wearing pretty well. So I want to let you guys know what my thoughts are on this foundation and the concealer, but first I want to read off the different claims this foundation has and tell you the different shades and all that. So first I want to touch on the packaging of the foundation. I really like this type of packaging. It is a glass bottle with a pump. You have a pump in there, and I am more likely to buy it. There's just an appeal with a pump that is great, and I really like this pump. It distributes out as much as you want it to, so you can control it really well, so that is a good thing. So I think all foundations at this point should have a pump. I think the drugstore companies are realizing more and more that we like pumps, so give us pumps. So that is one plus about this foundation. It does come with 1 fluid ounce, which is typical. I think I told you guys already, but I got mine in the color 30 Warm Nude. I believe there was 15, 20, 25, then 30, 40, 50, 60. I think that's how it went. I believe there are 12 shades. I took a picture, so I'm going to show you that right now of my display at Target. It had these and then the concealers, and I believe there's 4 concealers. I think my shade match is pretty good. It might be a little bit light when I am self-tanning like I am now, or have just a tan, but I can warm it up with a bronzer. So that's not bad. I love that it has yellow tones in it. I believe the shade lower than this has a pink tone. So I think it's every other. One's more yellow tone, one's more pinky toned. I have yellow toned skin. Actually, I have more of a olive tone skin. So the yellow helps me a lot. A lot of drugstore has pink tones, and I just can't do with that. But even if that's a problem, even if this is too light, I can use my custom cover drops to kind of darken it up a little bit. I feel like there's enough shades where somebody could find their right shade or mix them up and stuff. The foundation is $10, and I believe the concealer is, no, the concealer I think was $7.99. So $9.99, $7.99, pretty decent, just normal drugstore prices for a foundation and a concealer. So now I'm going to read off what the different claims were on the website. So the first thing it says here is it has all-day flawless coverage and better looking skin in 3 weeks. Now I've only been using this for 1 week, so I cannot hit on if it is making my skin look better. What I notice, I don't see it making my skin look better, at least yet, but that might change. And then in the beginning of that, it says all-day flawless coverage. I feel like it does stay on a decent amount of time. I do notice some fading, but not too much. For some reason, my skin soaks up makeup, like it goes away really quick, so I don't know if that's just me. I feel like even when people use these long wear foundations, like, that work great for them, my skin just soaks it up. I actually feel like since this is 6 hours of wear, it's still on pretty well. I mean, I do have those little blemishes that are still showing through, but I didn't necessarily cover them all away. That is one thing I do want to touch on. I do not like to layer this product. I feel like if you layer it, it can look cakey. So if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, this is not going to be your go-to foundation. This gives you about medium coverage. Once you start building it up, you do notice that, and I just don't care for that look. I mean, if you like that look, then that's great, but for me, for my skin, I don't like that. So I'm gonna go on and keep reading. There's a few other things I want to say, but it says long wear that improves skins every minute you wear it. So I guess there's great benefits in here that is going to help change your skin in a good way. I'm not too sure what those benefits are, but you know, that's cool. I want my skin to look better, so I'll give it a try. Something else it says on here is it has titanium dioxide sunscreen and the SPF is 15. The titanium dioxide sunscreen is a better sunscreen for your face. That's why I believe they put in the Neutrogena sunscreens. It is better because it doesn't contain oils. So when you're putting it on your face, if you have sensitive skin, those oils won't irritate your face and make you break out. So that is the type of sunscreen that is in there, and I think that's a good thing because my sensitive skin doesn't like some sunscreen. So I do like that. And then it says it has Aprettylittlelife C, which I'm not too sure what that means. So it says on the concealer what it means. It says it is an ingredient known for antioxidant benefits. So I'm guessing that just is better for your skin. So they really, I think, tried to put ingredients that will help your skin, which is a good thing to me. So then, oh, I guess I could have read on and told you this. It says with the antioxidant power of Eklo, I'm probably saying that wrong, C, a more durable form of vitamin C. So I'm not too educated on what that's going to do, but it sounds good, so hopefully that means it's good. They're pointing it out as a benefit. It says it's for all skin types, and then it has medium to full coverage. I think you can get full coverage. You're just going to look a little bit cakey. I agree. It is probably medium coverage if you do not want to start looking thick. So it says for all skin types. Now here is where I want to touch on a few things. Number one, I feel like right when you put this foundation on, it is a little bit sticky. You need to let it kind of soak into your skin. I feel like it is not a matte foundation or a dewy foundation. I think it maybe hints on the side of satin, but it's not dewy by any means. Something I noticed while I've worn it throughout this week is it looks better as you wear it, at least for my skin. Now, I can see where there could be problems. I have more dry, sensitive skin. I have not noticed any breakouts from this particular foundation and concealer. Now, I am broken out a few different areas, but it is not from these products. It's from some other facial products that I've been using. And I'm slowly getting rid of those to try to figure out, but it was happening way before these products, and I have not noticed an increase in breakouts since using that. So that is another good thing. Now, like I said, my skin looks better as I start wearing this. Obviously, my skin is a little glowy, and I did put on a highlight, and this is after 6 hours of wear, but I feel like it looks pretty natural. But if you have oily skin, I could see where this foundation would make you look oily. If you have dry skin, there are some areas, some days, when my skin is a little bit more dry, that it does cling on. So I think the foundation will work best for somebody that has normal skin. Now, I wouldn't say my skin is normal skin because I do have those different dry patches, but when I use a primer or when I moisturize really well, I don't notice this clinging on any areas. But like I said, I could see how it could make somebody oily because throughout the day it kind of mixes with your oils, and I feel like it looks really pretty and natural, but I know oily people like don't want that stuff coming through. So you might need to blot it or use a powder. So I think this would work best for people with normal skin. So if you're too dry or you're too oily, I don't know if I would try this out. So that's kind of where I am with this. Some days it looks really good, and other days I notice it clinging on the different areas or if it's really hot out. I was outside, it was like 90 degrees. I was at actually the Blackhawks parade because we won the Stanley Cup, and there was just tons of people. It was muggy, it was hot, and I was wearing this. So then I went and I looked right after I was done with that in the mirror to see how it was looking on my face, and I could tell it was like looking a little bit oily. Now it was really hot and uncomfortable and stuff, so I expected it in a way. It didn't look terrible, but it didn't look how I would want. So my final thoughts on this foundation is it's okay. It's not amazing. It's not my holy grail foundation, but it's not bad either. I don't not like it, but I don't absolutely love it. Like, it is right in the middle. And I see myself using it. I want to see if it's gonna help like my skin and better my skin. See what I did there? That I could test out throughout time to see if it will work that way. So I think in my favorites, I will let you guys know my final thoughts on this. But right now, I'm just good. I'm in the middle. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But it's a good foundation. And yeah, that's kind of all I would have to say. Now on to the concealer. So I picked this up at Target and they had 4 different shades for the concealer. But it looks like on Ulta's website, they have 5 different shades. I got mine in 20 light. I wanted it a little bit lighter for under my eyes to brighten it up. The benefits for the concealer says, so with the antioxidant power of the Aprettylittlelife C, a more durable form of vitamin C. So it has those same ingredients. It says for all skin types and then medium to full coverage. So it does not say anything about it not creasing or fading or, I mean, it just says those items, so I'm not too sure what that's supposed to mean. As far as creasing, I don't see too much creasing. My under eyes always crease. I could powder them. I could put like a primer on. I always put my moisturizer on underneath, like an eye cream. Whatever I do, they always crease. I don't know, that's just my under eyes. So I look for a product that's not gonna crease as much. And this actually doesn't crease all that bad. And I think the coverage of this is pretty good. It's really creamy. I like how creamy it is and it blends out really well. And this color is a good highlight color too. So here, I'm just blending it out. I've actually been enjoying this a lot. I'm not too sure. They might have a peachy concealer. This one is more of a yellow toned. Maybe I would want to pick up the pinker or the peachier color just to brighten up those darker areas, because usually I use that and then like a brighter yellow color to kind of set it, but today I just used this by itself and I think it did a pretty decent job. So I do like this concealer, and if you're looking for a new like drugstore concealer, I think you should try it out because I haven't had any complaints with it, and it, like I said, doesn't crease all that bad. It's only seriously like right under my eye, like it's not in there, so that's a good thing. So that was my thoughts on the Better Skin line. If you guys have different thoughts or if you've tried it out, let me know in the comment section. I want to hear what other people are thinking about this. Also, something that was cool, I noticed the display had a tester of the foundation, and I think a drugstore needs to do that so much more because it's so hard to like figure out your color. Like, there was only one tester, but I tried it and I was kind of able to figure out my color because I needed 2 shades down or 2 shades up, you know? So I think more drugstore should use pumps and should try and put testers in, because that helps us out a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. If there's any other products you would like me to review, let me know in the comment section because I enjoy reviewing products, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone.